sweet songs, melodies pure and true. This is my message to you. Don't worry about a thing. Let me see if this is gonna work. That was a catastrophic failure. Every little thing gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry about a thing. 'Cause every little thing gonna be alright. Oh, looks like it might work. Okay. Ooh, that was catastrophic. Ooh, boy, I tell you what. I got a text message. Smile like the rising sun. The CIA coming to get Gerard. They're coming for him. He said something that's true. They trying to get him. They had me in the black. They had me in the black truck, y'all. For real, honestly, seriously. The black helicopter showed up. I'm gonna tell you. Listen, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I tell y'all what really had happened. And the helicopter show up. And I said, y'all don't know me. Y'all don't come over here act like you know me. Why you knocking on my door? They was knocking on my door. It was the CIA and the FBI and Homeland Security and the Nazis and Spence Nazi contact tricks. Everybody, they brought everybody. Because I did a video. And I told everybody you need to bring everybody. Show up to my door. So just now I had to shut them down. Shut them down. I had the CIA on this arm. I had the FBI over there. I stepping on the NSA and the Spence Knots came in and the KGB started hitting me in my head and they tried to grab my arm with the helicopter. Oh no, I fought them off. I got rid of it. I told they trying to get me, y'all. I tell y'all the truthful things. Every little thing is gonna be all right. Don't worry about a thing. Stand up for yourself. Don't worry about a thing. I tell you what, boy, it came for me, y'all. They tried to get me. They tried to get me. It was not a monkey issue. It was not my fault. I didn't press the wrong button. It was not just, that was catastrophic. That was catastrophic, people. They was trying to get me. Y'all need to subscribe and share the video because they was trying to get me. They showed it with everybody. They brought tigers too and had some bears. They brought okra, y'all. They was throwing okra at a brother. They had okra. They had a fool. He said he's scared of okra, and they just started. Oh, they had okra smoothies. They tried to give me diarrhea and get me in the back of that black helicopter. Bob Marley said, "Don't worry about a thing. Sing us sweet songs, the melodies pure and true." Listen up. This Gerard message to you. You ain't got to worry about a thing, cause we all gonna die anyway. All right, I'm sorry. Let me try to fix YouTube. Everything is gonna be all right. It's always gonna be all right. You just can't talk about anything truthful. Did y'all see? While we were in pause and break, while I had to fight with all the Nazis that showed up to my door, the Fourth Reich, United States Incorporated, Russia Incorporated, British Incorporated soldiers, I saw Patricia Hauser. Oh, goodness gracious, Patricia Hauser. She is in jail. She's in jail. They really came for her. And she didn't even say nothing important. Hold on one second. Hang on one moment, please. One moment, please. One moment, please. One moment, please. I'm not ready. I was not ready. Ready. I think we're gonna watch Teletubbies today. I don't watch Teletubbies. I don't know what we can talk about anymore. Everything gets you blocked. Everything gets you blocked. Everything gets you banned. Not allowed to have adult conversations on the internet anymore. Well, grown-up conversation. Well, I guess there's something to this right here. I want you to watch this while I. What is that? Question. I don't know what that is. All kind of crazy stuff. All right, let's see if YouTube works. I gotta show you something where I'm not sure if I want to show you this one. I'm not sure if I'm ready for this one to this day. Check this out. That's the wrong music.
Okay, she Declined to speak, so that is the position of the Democratic Party. Who is Black Lives Matter? And I would encourage anyone who wants to understand who this organization is to read this article. On the proposition as a value proposition, do Black Lives Matter? Absolutely yes. And our nation was founded on the proposition that all men are created equal, regardless of race or skin color. But the organization that has seized that name is very different. And if they succeeded with their stated number one objective of defunding and abolishing every police department, many, many more black lives would be lost, because more African Americans would be murdered without the police officers that bravely risked their lives to defend those communities. Senator Hirono.
Sometimes I don't think you listen. So how many times have I had to say that we all should be denouncing violent extremists of every stripe?
Does that include
By the way, I have the time. By the way, you know, the Republicans are constantly using, I have to say, you brought it up yourself, the deaths of these black police officers, Patrick Underwood and David Dorn, for making political points. And the fact that it was right-wing extremists who killed Officer Underwood, that seems to be lost in this argument. And now there are all these attacks about Black Lives Matter and what they're saying. I mean, how many of us even think that defunding police departments should be taken literally? I mean, I certainly don't. So, you know, we have this pesky thing called freedom of speech. And I'd say that the people who support Black Lives Matter, and if they're calling for various boycotts and all that, that's called freedom of speech. And that's what this hearing title is. Protecting speech. So all I can say is, look, we should all join hands and denouncing and whatever words you want to use about violent extremism of all stripes. And I think we can all agree on that. So to constantly accuse Democrats of not caring about that is really, I can only say that you aren't listening. So I hope this is the end of this hearing, Mr. Chairman, and that we don't have to listen to any more of your rhetorical speeches. Thank you very much. I'm leaving.
Get out of here. Run, girl, run. Get out of here. Run.
Well, I appreciate the, as always, kind and uplifting words of Senator Hirono. And I would also note that throughout her remarks, she still did not say a negative word about Antifa, nor has any Democrat here.
And she's not going to. And they're not going to. Just call them Democrats. There's no such thing as Black Lives Matter. There's no such thing as Antifa. It's just the Democratic Party. That's all they. And it's not, you know what? Listen, like I said, I don't join any sides in any of this. Let me tell you why I can't pick a team. This is why I can't pick a team. I believe in solutions. That's my problem. I believe in solutions. I don't believe in fake lutions. I don't believe in lying to get votes. And it don't mean that Ted Cruz, no, I'm not on his side neither. Don't even put me in that. I didn't even know it was him till you posted that's who that is. I don't know who your lords and kings and colonizers are. I don't know these people. I don't want to know these people. My problem is I like solutions, a check and balance for everything in nature, and come election season, they avoid every check and every single balance because they don't want it to be balanced. They want to keep the system. Right? This is why I don't join a team. I like solutions. I like to fix things. The BLM at the top, it is a division of the Democratic Party. It is their job to get you right. BLM on the street, on the walls and signs, so you don't actually do anything to make BLM or YLM. Or is ALM a thing? American Lives Matter? ALM. Or BLM, British Lives Matter. They need to matter too. Everybody's nice, but nobody's life matters. Because everything in nature has a check and balance. Let's take it to that level, because I really didn't want to talk about that. I just saw that this morning. I found that to be interesting. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's let it finish playing, because I think there's something at the end of this one that's important. Hang on.
They instead engage in a political game where they depend. You're welcome to say something negative about Antifa right now.
I think that I've covered the subject quite well. You don't have to listen.
Okay, she declined to speak, so that is the position of the Democratic Party. I would note also that of the 7 Democratic senators who spoke, not a one of them apologized for or denounced multiple Democrats calling law enforcement officers Nazis, stormtroopers, and Gestapo. To be fair, I have not heard the word Nazi, but
that is where I disagree with you, Ted. They are Nazis and stormtroopers. They are they do what they're supposed to do. They're fighting for the Fourth Reich and the Empire, right? Is that the Empire? Darth Vader, he had the Empire, right? They're fighting for the United States Incorporated. So yeah, they are, Ted. You're wrong on that one. She right.
Stormtrooper was Nancy Pelosi, and Gestapo was another Democratic leader. That is less than helpful. I thank each of the...
Well, yeah, what she did is less than helpful, but it was right. She's supposed to run the hell out the room because there ain't no good answer for that other than the BLM and Antifa just there to get votes for the Democratic Party to ignore all the B people, the W people, and the A people to keep the system. Now, he's wrong because he's got his own little view. He ain't helping. Republicans ain't helping. All right. What is IBM? What is IBM? Is that International Business Machines? That it is what actually they matter. They actually do matter. Who's that? Matthew Warner. If you start a group called Google Matters, I'd agree with you. GLM. Start a group called IBM. I agree with that too. That makes some sense. And who else matters? Monsanto, MLM. That makes some sense. Who else matters? Who's poisoning people? Who poisons? Unless you got the glyphosate. Who make the chemtrails and who make? We can't even talk about that. That's gonna get me banned. Apparently, you can't talk about honest and truthful things. We're gonna talk a whole lot more about aliens in the future. Apparently, Patricia Hauser's now in prison because she posted something that's true, but it's something that they don't want y'all talking about. Let's let this finish, because I think this ends in an interesting way. I forgot what it was. My whole machine crashed. When the black helicopters showed up with the black cars and everybody was grabbing me, was fighting, got aggressified. I was getting it. I had one by the head, I put my foot in somebody's butt, and I had to get out of it. And I finally got out of it. They tried to get me this morning. They ain't get me. Let it finish, because I forgot what happened at the end of this. Hold on. It was interesting.
For your testimony. I thank you for defending free speech. And I thank you for speaking out against violence and against terrorism. The record in this hearing will be held open for 1 week. Senators may...
Violence and terrorism are owned by the United States Incorporated. We are the leg of the Rothschild and the 13 families and the Bank of England. We are the terrorism. We terrorize the whole world. We've defined the word, Ted, so no. I deny that. You're with her in all of this. Terrorism, poverty, all the things that y'all make big money for and taking money from them big corporations. See, I'm going to say things that y'all not going to like, some of y'all, because it's election season. I just don't think that you should be reelected on bullshit. I think we got bigger problems in your politics.
Follow up with the witnesses of either this panel or the previous panel with written questions. If you receive written questions, you are asked to submit the answers to those questions by the close of business 1 week from today. And with that, this hearing is adjourned.
Okay, it's adjourned. Watch this.
African Indigenous Movement, AIM. We say no to the vaccine.
That's right, and I can't play no more of that. That's why I wanted to play this. Now I remember, I was thinking, because I had Ted, and he's like, and Bob jumped over, and he had to sit. He was going to hit me with the butt of the shotgun, and anyway. I forgot. Yeah, because of this. And that was the post that I just made. Hang on a second, I'll show you something. Because that actually is what it means. Because they're about to put BLM on the street right up from me. Because the white people is out there protesting for BLM for the past like 4 months, and I just drove past them. Like, no, they don't. They don't at all. Nope, not since I've been here. Maybe where you are they do, but B is never LM'd, and W never LM'd, and A never LM'd. I gotta show you something, because that's what this is about. And I'm trying to figure out what we're even allowed to say at election season. We're not allowed to say truthful things. So Patricia, hopefully you can watch, girl. I think she's in prison. This is where this post came from, right? The whole point of writing that somewhere is just so they can get some votes. until you can have an en masse Tuskegee experiment. And the other side, the reason that they defy them, they're the controlled opposition, GOP, so you don't get anywhere, you don't get to make decisions, so you can get your mass Tuskegee experiment. That's the whole purpose. That's actually what that label means. Anytime you hashtag, that's exactly what it means. So there is a greater medical police state they would like to roll out. But I want to say this, that there is a check and balance for everything in nature. Everything is free. Everything is resolvable if you're wise enough. Let me see. I had a post this morning. Let's see. Yes, let's play the game. Let's play a game. Let's play play a game. Because that's all we can do is play games. We can't talk like adults. We got to talk in code because you're not even allowed to have these discussions on the internet about truthful things. You got to pick a team of the plantation, but you cannot be anti-plantation. That's why Patricia's in prison this moment. And I'm going to be careful not to step on no doo-doo myself. But everything in nature has a check and a balance. Everything. And I started telling y'all this story where I had to fight with the stormtroopers when they showed up, which was, we had a tick problem. I was tired of changing diapers and I wanted to get rid of the ticks. I was not wise. I wasn't wise at all. So I was tired of doing tick check with the kids. So what did I do is I went to the store. I forgot what store it was. This was a long time ago. This is probably 15 years ago. And I got the tick spray. And so I went over to the woods and I sprayed all the tick spray in the woods. And it killed the ticks. It did. It killed the ticks that year. And guess what happened the next year? The dog came back the very next day. Isn't that a ditty? The tick came back the very next year and everybody would go outside, come back in with 3-4 ticks. Right? Nature has a balance. If you're not smart enough to know what that balance is or what the check is for the thing you're trying to balance, the thing you're trying to check, you're just going to make it worse. You're going to make it worse. And nature is going to continue to try to rebalance that system. So until I discovered, we had ticks every single year. Everyone, if you went out in the yard and played, went into the woods, you get ticks on you. I don't have any more ticks now. I have no more ticks. I had ticks early in the year. Right around this time, you can't find a tick in that yard. And why? Because I released praying mantis. That's why I got the mantis aliens behind me. They're the balance, right? They're the ones who eat those things. If you know what an ecosystem is, then you know that you don't need corporations' crap. Right? They literally give you an unwise practice for everything. But everything in nature is free. Everything in nature is free. So I ask people, what are the check and balance for stuff? It's like cancer. What's the check and balance for that? It's called your immune system. You got something called a cytotoxic T cell. And what does that do? It kills cancer cells. But you got to feed your immune system for it to do that. We don't have a healthcare system. I used to call it disease management. I'm not calling that no more. I try to get a name that fits what it actually is. Right? Because what is a health care system? It means you're caring for somebody with healthy things. You are not abusing their body with chemicals. You're not causing massive destruction in their body to save their life. Mind you, to save their life. I'm not anti-medical industry. I'm pro getting rid of the Rothschild and the cronyism and them lying about stuff and censoring information and doctors. But in terms of fixing the system, oh, you need it. You need people. It's triage, man. It's like, what's it? Triage, trauma management. It's not die care. It's got a name, and I don't know. I'll make up a name eventually. But what they're trying to do is they're giving you chemicals because you've been abusing your body because you've been watching the television and lying corporations giving you solutions that are not natural, that don't fit within the check and balance systems of the ecosystem you live in or within your body. And it ends up in massive diseases like blue syrup. Blue syrup on waffles, my God. I don't know what they're going to come up with next. You abuse your body, you don't read your user manual, and you create all kind of profitable problems for them. So by the time you get to them, you have something called a disease. So again, that's not health care. That's disease management or not die care. Health care is giving people healthy things, caring for them with healthy things that are natural, that fit within the ecosystem. So like headaches, blew my mind when I realized you didn't actually have to have headache medicine. It's not a thing. You don't need it. And if you do need it, we don't know who needs it. There might be a very small percentage of people who get headaches because there's some sort of a DNA issue, challenge, something. But water solves that. Water solves that. You know, I'm not going to waste your time with it, but, you know, a headache is dehydration most of the time, right? It's a free solution. Everything in nature is free. Poverty, we know how to heal poverty. Poverty is not a thing anymore. Poverty is a requirement of keeping a political system. If people aren't poor, they don't want a political system. They're not interested in politics. It's just because you don't want to share. That's it. You don't want to share. Maha, that's another word for it, is sick care. You literally make profit on giving people ignorance on television to make them sick so you can make a whole bunch of money in doing it. And I don't think there's one big conspiracy for that. I just think that you have an unsustainable model, and one thing created the next, created the next, created the next, created the next. Now you got all these sick people. And it's the same thing with BLM and Antifa and the Democrats, the Republicans. It's no different. You have a model that doesn't work, and then everyone keeps trying to build solutions on top of it that don't work also. You have to go back to the actual root problem. You have to find for that thing in nature that checks whatever that problem is. If you got heart disease or diabetes and cholesterol problems, and you need to stop eating the sugar. You need to cut back on the trans fat, but you absolutely need to stop that sugar till your body rebalances, right? You don't want to go off and take the statin. And I'm not telling anybody what to do. So that's time to clarify that. I don't tell people what to do. I just say that in nature there's a check and balance for everything. And if ye seek, ye shall find. Check and balance for everything. And we need to stop making people ignorant so they have the traumas that they do, so corporations can make the profit that they want. All of these things are fixable. We just have not chosen to fix them. All right. I think, was there something else? No, that's not it. No, that's not it. No. This is going to be a quick one. Mysteries of the Sea. It's big business. It is, Diane. It's all business. It's all big money in business. As long as there's a problem, you'll have business. But there are no problems on earth. Everything is already solved. Let food be thine medicine. That's the way it's worked for how many years now, Lori? A couple 100 million. Band-Aid system. Exactly, Kia. They make problems and they make money putting on Band-Aids, or someone else makes money putting on Band-Aids. It doesn't have to be a big, massive conspiracy. It's just you're not solving problems. And that's why I don't do politics. Politics is about keeping the problems. Uh-oh, what's this? Hold on, I gotta click on this. I don't know, this looks interesting to me. I thought I saw a brief thing about this earlier. In fact, I saw a picture. I have to. I like humor, and it's not about any one president. It's not about any one politician. I enjoy making fun of all of them. It's important. The less seriously you people take those people, the better and more free we all
Video
get.
sharing app TikTok says it could go to court over U.S. sanctions. Donald Trump issued 2 executive orders on Thursday banning all transactions with the owners of TikTok and WeChat. Those restrictions coming into force 45 days later.
The spread in the United States of mobile applications developed and owned by companies in the People's Republic of China continues to threaten the national security, foreign policy, and economy of the United States.
TikTok has been in Trump's sights for a while. Earlier, he warned people who use the app that their data could end up in the hands of the Chinese authorities. The U.S. president has also threatened to ban TikTok's U.S. operations unless they are sold to an American firm. Microsoft is currently mulling the proposition. Here's how TikTok users have been reacting to the standoff.
Tonight, TikTok will be banned in the U.S.
So you guys, we have a dilemma, okay? I'm hearing that TikTok might be banned in America, and this is the problem. I just started becoming famous, and I only have 100 followers.
Yo, John, don't you have like 15 million followers on TikTok?
Yeah, well, not anymore. They're banning TikTok.
Dude, you're gonna have to get a regular job.
Benjamin Chow, a professor at the Paris School of Business and the Southwestern University of Finance and Economics in China, says a dangerous precedent may be being set.
The Trump administration has provided no specific evidence that TikTok has made users' data available to the Chinese government. On the other hand, Snowden revealed that the US has a mass surveillance program. The most notorious of all is the PRISM program which has direct access to servers of several technology giants in the States. Trump wants TikTok to be out as soon as possible because it is so close to the US presidential election, and the TikTok users are mainly under 30 who do not support Trump much. Trump's short-sighted behavior may harm American companies eventually, because it sets a dangerous precedent of seizing foreign investment through law enforcement departments, opening the door for other countries to treat American companies in the same way. It also discourages future foreign investment in the States.
Hi, my name is Dr. Anthony Balduzzi. I'm the founder here at the Fit Father Project, and I want to welcome you to our website. My team and I, we've helped over 500,000 fathers in over 100 countries lose weight and build muscle. And these are busy guys like you in their 40s, 50s, and 60s who struggled with their weight and health for years before finding the Fit Father Project. And I created the Fit Father Project because growing up, I watched my own dad work himself to the bone. He skipped healthy eating, he missed exercise, and he eventually got so sick that he died at 42 years young. And after Dad died, I made a promise to myself and to God that I would dedicate my life to helping other busy fathers out there like you lose weight and build muscle so you can get and stay healthy for your family, so you can be around to see your kids and your grandkids grow up, and so you can enjoy the second half of your life with a body that's full of energy and vitality. And when my Fit Father Project team and I started coaching men, we couldn't find a program that worked for guys over 40 with busy schedules and aging metabolisms. So we created the Fit Father Project, the world's leading health and weight loss program designed exclusively for busy guys over 40. And before guys join our program, they often think, Dr. A, I'm over the hill. I'm too old.
There you go. Boss is here. Slavery time. So, what are we doing today? I'm not even sure what we I have to go. It's Friday. So, in terms of TikTok, I have no input. On it. I don't really care. The only thing I care about is checks and balance in nature, giving people what they deserve. We don't ever seem to have people who want to do that who are in power. And I've got to hold my voice down to my boss. It's the master. Where's the music at? Oh, up to the wrong thing. I have to go. Let me see. I gotta be there. Gotta support our sister. Where you gotta be? We want to talk about the manager. We do not want to talk about that profile. We need to go. So we're gonna put this around here. And I have to go. I'm sorry. I hate to do this to y'all, but you know, I had to fight earlier. You never know when it'll show up at the door. You might take out some fisticuffs, do what you gotta do. And so we had that problem. While you're yes, it is, Christine. My voice is very loud because everybody's on the plantation at one point in time. Facebook wouldn't let you watch that. Like, I saw you post that. It kept buffering. Well, he's on his way out, Diane. You know, he's about to get deleted. That's how Patricia did, which is why we have to be very careful about what we talk about now and what we post. There was one other thing. Yeah, there's one post I gotta show you. Then I gotta go. One post I gotta show you, and then I'm out. I gotta look at my cotton. Where is it? I had a thought yesterday between dealing with Brother Hank. He's such a special person. I gave him every link we had. I'm not sure if I can say this. So, oh yeah, I can. Here's what I think a responsible message should have been. So I think this is the only thing that should have been said. I do it like this. I do circle around. This is the only thing that I actually want to hear from Cover. Right here. And then I'm going to end on this. It's going to be very quick and simple. This is it. I'm going to make it nice and big. Everybody can see it. Fellow citizens, we like to make an announcement. We've been lying, we've been cheating, we've been stealing for the longest time. We're very, very sorry. But we made something and it got out of the lie. Caused a lot of people to die, lose their livelihoods. We can work on this stuff we should not have been working on, and it got out. We're gonna make sure we look out for you guys because it was our fault. So, in loss of life and livelihood, we're gonna take accountability and responsibility. We spilled the milk. We've been making things we should not have been making, and we let them get to places they should not have gone. We love you guys. The only reason that we're here, the only reason that we're here is for you. We've decided we're gonna stop the wars. We're gonna stop giving trillions and billions of dollars overseas. We're gonna stop spending trillions of dollars to take the kids from the poor people. We're gonna stop doing all the ignorant things we should not have been doing to begin with. And we just need y'all to be safe because we love you. And most of y'all know physics. And you know that a 0.125 micron particle can get through a 0.3 micron filtration face diaper. So we don't want y'all to go outside. We want you to chill for a little bit. We need y'all to stay inside till we clean up our mistake. This is our bad. We're gonna send you all positive pressure suits so we don't send nobody's grandma out on the street where it's dangerous, where our xenogenesis lab-made gain of function virus escaped. We're making it for the bad guys, and unfortunately it came back to bite us. So we're going to take accountability and responsibility. We're going to stop playing games with the prayer boys. We're going to stop playing games with Black Lives Matter. We're going to stop playing games with Antifa. We're going to stop playing games with y'all. You're our citizens. We love you. We care about you, and we care about your grandma. All right, I can't even really do it in the joking way I need to, because it actually is pretty serious. Because y'all are taking them serious. And, my stance there is that, you got one side who says nothing's happening, and one side who says in the world, and I think it's just the middle, and they're just covering things up. We need to grow up. We need to act like this is nothing new. This is what we've always been up to. We've always been up to these nefarious things. And I just, at one point in time, I would just love to see somebody in government actually take what's going on in the world seriously. They don't. They're a system. I don't think that'll happen. It could happen if we made it happen, but instead they figure out ways to get you to fight them and them to fight them. This whole Herman Cain thing, yeah, I didn't get too long for that, brother. I keep getting text on it. I didn't get too long for that. I need FBI to do some FBI. They need to go on over to them rally. They need to find everybody who went there. They need to find out if anybody else got it or just him. Because if only one of the most popular people at a rally ends up with that, somebody sprayed him in the face with something, somebody got him when he came home, to me, you need a murder investigation. You do. Until it's proven that strain was not made in some lab somewhere, and they're just hiding the secrets from us. To me, you're putting people in harm's way by sending them outside in face diapers that we know don't work. OSHA says that. OSHA says you need a positive pressure suit, not me. OSHA. All right, how you going? This is Gerard. Oh gosh, that's how I know I'm in the wrong place. I'm not actually supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be on another planet, another dimension, another galaxy, solar system. I can't figure out why people who actually care about grandma would let the government play with grandmama's life. I don't understand that. Why would you let people who a system, not people, a system that does not respect anybody's life, to continue to operate, to continue to support it, to continue to keep it in place, and you know that some dirty is going on. If professionals say, this is what happened, then I need to hear some answers. That's it. That's my position. That's what it has to be. It can't be anything else. I will never trust a system that is proven it cannot be trusted. So when professionals, not one made an accusation, a bunch of them said, hey, this thing has a gain of function that has to be made in a lab, we need to force that discussion. Everybody that we lost and everybody that we're gonna lose. We lost the whole economy. We lost the whole GDP because of it. Now is not a time for voting. Now is not a time for fighting with each other, whether they got these things on their faces or they got these things on their faces. It's not, certainly not over no damn president. So we're just growing the hell up and just saying we have a nefarious entity that we call government that never tells the truth. People are dying. We either care about that or we don't. And if a whistleblower makes an accusation and says that you made this is a xenogenesis, more than one, and you don't respond, you don't investigate it, that pretty much tells me what I need to know. But I need to see them hiring Judy Miskovich and anybody else who's worked with viruses to look at the specific strain of virus, not one of the flus that's corona that's going out there, but the specific one that killed Herman and anybody else. And they need to look at it. I kind of trust them. They're just buying the system. I don't see anybody else doing that. They need to look at it and say, no, yeah, this has a gain of function. It goes after white blood cells. This looks normal. This could have been natural. We changed our mind. But until then, to me, there's a massive murder investigation that needs to happen. And it's not happening because too many people, grown adults, and they trust people that proven they have no reason to trust them. I'm sorry if that's a little heavy, y'all, but that's how my mind works. Here you going, this Gerard, love y'all to death. I got to go get cotton, time to pick. It's a check and balance for everything. If people in the right positions are professionals and they say that this thing, whatever this is, has a gain of function it should not have, and people are dying in very interesting pockets and very interesting people in interesting places, then to me it's a little more targeting. Anyway, this is Gerard. I need to see the FBI, and I need to see the Homeland Security scaring some homelands. Until then, we're just fools. All right, love y'all to death. Have a great weekend. Bye.